These beautiful mushrooms that you're seeing here are growing in the Whites Creek area near Nashville inside at HENOSIS. And David Wells is here with me today, and well, we're not going to hold him up, we're going to start harvesting.
Just get it right at the base and twist and pull here. And then you've got approximately a pound of mushrooms per bag. And then we just put it in a little harvest bin and off to the market or off to one of our restaurants, and we're good to go.
All right, this is incredible. I love these mushrooms. They always look a lot like cauliflower to me, but I know they're called lion's mane.
That's right.
And such a favorite. So how would you describe their taste?
They have more of a crab-like taste to them, more of a seafood. Mushrooms are really closely related to seafood. They have chitin, so it's similar to what is made out of shrimp. A lot of chefs now are blackening them and then throwing them right on a grill for 20 minutes, pulling them off, and put it right in the center of the plate.
Wow, these are amazing. There is a fantastic variety of local mushrooms that you can buy, things that you probably are not going to see in your regular supermarket. In fact, here is one that I've never seen before and I'm in love with already because it looks like a pretzel bite. So, David, what in the world is this cute little thing?
This is a new mushroom called a chestnut mushroom, and it's edible from cap to stem. And the longer you cook it, the crunchier it gets. So it makes really good substance for soups, for stir fries. Like the name, it's really, really nutty. So it's delicious. It's a new chef favorite. People at the farmer's market love it. The shelf life's good, so stay good in your fridge for roughly a week and a half. Just makes for a unique flavor profile.
David, I see you have some shiitake mushrooms growing here. How far along are they and how long do we have to wait?
We have around 3 days left on these to be ready to harvest. You know, the latest one here that we could harvest if we wanted to is this guy right here. But this is sort of the problem child in the mushroom world. They take a lot longer to grow than your oysters and your lion's mane. So they take up a lot of space, and they're the only mushroom that you have to take the bag off to produce the mushrooms. So every step of the way is a little more technical, but people love shiitake mushrooms, and they just form 3 different stages. So they'll turn white on these blocks, and then they form a popcorn stage, which they get rigid, and then they form this bark. This is called barking, and it turns brown, and then eventually you see these little baby mushrooms come up in the bag, and then you strip the bag off, water it down with a hose, and then 10 days later you'll have a shiitake mushroom. No, shiitake mushrooms like wheat bran, so they've really been adapted over centuries to just really do well on wheat bran. That's the nutrient food source is wheat bran.
Now, mushrooms, I think, are sort of the secret to everything. It's such a circular economy. Let's learn a lot about how we grow these. So what we have here is the substrate. As I'm learning, this is what the mushrooms are going to grow on. Now, David, this is beautiful. What is it?
So we take agricultural waste from row crop farmers and agroforestry, which is, we're really well positioned in Tennessee for that because we have a lot of wood mills and we have a lot of soybean production, corn production. So they all have their own agricultural waste. So we utilize some of the same food sources that the cattle industry uses to feed and fatten their cows and their pigs, but it also makes for great mushroom food. What we do is we combine the two. From the agroforestry side of things, we use hardwood fuel pellets, which is just sawdust. So this is what people use to heat their homes if they have a wood pellet stove. And then we take another byproduct from the row crop farms. So we use soybean hulls. So they take the soybean out and they're left with a hull, and they pelletize it, and they usually feed it to cattle or cows. But again, if we put these two together in a 50-50 mix, we have mushroom food.
So this is incredibly sustainable. I like the way we're using all these other products. Now, we've got it all mixed together into this beautiful substrate.
Right.
And I guess it has to be sterilized as far as I recall.
So we just add water, and then we throw it in a steam chamber that's going to get it up to around 200 degrees for around 14 hours. And so it's going to kill off all the other things that want to eat mushroom food. So bacteria, molds, and it's going to provide a clean slate for us to get as much fungus on the substrate as we can. Because the more that colonizes the substrate, the more mushrooms we produce at the end of the day.
Okay, so now the inoculation method, I imagine for each one of these different types of mushrooms, you're going to have a different inoculant.
Correct.
Okay.
So if we want to grow shiitake mushrooms, we have fungus that we use to put into that bag that's strictly just for shiitakes. So there's different companies that specialize in giving us what we call mushroom spawn or grain spawn. And so another agricultural use for grain is to grow fungus on it. It's similar to like a seed start. It's not a spore, it's just tissue that's literally eating and consuming grain. So we use this as sort of the start for mushroom production. We use grain spawn. We use 2 tablespoons of grain spawn per 5-pound bag of mushroom substrate or mushroom food.
Okay, so we've got it all happy and housed in here. And I guess, what do we need now? Warmth, light, air to make them fruit?
So mushrooms like us, they really like 70 degrees. So they really need to incubate, similar to what chickens need to hatch eggs. They will incubate on the side here for us, and for around 2 weeks they'll consume the mushroom food, and then they'll completely colonize the bag until it's completely white. The other thing that fungus needs is oxygen. So like us, they breathe oxygen in and exhale carbon dioxide, and so as long as you can continue to give them fresh air, they'll be healthy. And the other thing they need is moisture. We will put it in our grow room, and we provide them with fresh air, 90% humidity, and just a little bit of light to show them which way to grow.
Well, one of the interesting byproducts of this whole process is this beautiful compost. So David, I see you have some spent substrate.
That's
if
right.
I'm saying that right?
That's right. So this is already pretty much decomposed from a primary decomposer, which is fungi. So that facilitates other microbes to eat that same mushroom food. So we can pile this up. We just take our plastic bags off and house it in a compost pile. Over about a month-long period, all this will heat up, and all the microbes that are running around on that fungi just decompose spent spawn, spent substrate, and it makes incredibly rich microbial and micronutrient compost.
So something that you can go ahead and put in your garden for growing other plants.
It's beautiful for gardening. It's not that hot, so it doesn't have a lot of nitrogen in it. If you could supplement it, it works great for all vegetables. But the key really is all the microbes that are in this compost. It's not dead, it's alive. So they help the plants get all the nutrients in the roots and grow beautiful tomatoes, squash, cabbage, anything you want.
Now, could you use this compost to grow more mushrooms on?
So we have a research grant that was provided by the Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education Department. It's a subsidiary of the USDA. And so what they do is they provide farmers with money to do on-farm research. So the button mushrooms grow on compost. So we're growing a unique mushroom called an almond portobello that has essence of almond in it. It's delicious, and we can utilize this waste product and grow more mushrooms on it, and then still have compost in the end to grow crops.
This is a fabulously circular economy that you've got going here.
Oh, thank you. That's our aim here. We really are looking to be a regenerative mushroom farm, cut down on our waste, utilize it as best we can, give back to the ecology, give back to the community, and just provide a nice basis for biodiverse environment.
You have so many varieties of mushrooms, many that I've never seen, so go ahead and list them out for me.
So we concentrate on oysters, lion's mane, black pearls, chestnuts, shiitakes, and almond portobello, and we also turn those products into value-added products. So we make mushroom jerky, spice blend. We also have grow kits that people can grow mushrooms at their homes. and just have fresh mushrooms ready to go. We have our pink oyster kit, which is more of a tropical lover, so you can grow it in temperatures between 65 and 75 degrees. We also have a wine cap mushroom that you use in your garden as a way to produce mushrooms that are edible, but also kind of put in place a naturally occurring fertilizer. As it breaks down the organic matter, it's going to feed your plants. It's also going to help keep the weeds out. Very popular one right now, lion's mane mushrooms. They take around 14 days to produce, a little longer than your oyster mushroom, but a big bang for your buck. People can use that in place of crab substitute. It's also great for kids just to watch the mushrooms grow in their place and just sort of learn about the life cycle of fungi and ecology in general.
David, it seems to me that everything you're doing here is so focused on sustainability and using all of the parts that you can. This seasoning blend, that's another part of your sustainability efforts.
Yeah, that's right. We just try to keep mushrooms out of landfill. If we can upcycle them and turn them into a product that we can use in our kitchen, that's the goal here. And so with our mushroom blend, we just blend our chestnuts and our oyster mushrooms into a powder form, add a couple more spices in there. We have garlic, we've got some pepper, but it makes for a really nice umami-rich spice that you can throw on corn on the cob, or you can blend with soups. And then we have a new product that we're coming out with. It's a mushroom jerky, very similar to meat jerky, a little more sustainable in that we're using sort of our B-grade mushrooms that maybe we can't sell to the restaurants or the farmers markets. We boil those mushrooms and then we take those and marinate them in any kind of blend that you want. So right now we are doing a teriyaki blend, and then we dehydrate them, and you've just got this incredible umami-rich teriyaki flavored jerky.
And then another product I see here is this tincture. Tell me about it.
So big in the mushroom world is our supplement line. So we offer 3 different tinctures. We have a lion's mane, a reishi, and a new cordyceps tincture that we came out with this quarter. Reishi's great for women's health. It helps to fortify your gut. And then lion's mane is great for mental health. So there's some clinical trials that show that it helps to increase your focus, your cognition, and really fortify the neurons in your brain. And then cordyceps is really known for invigoration, stamina, so it helps to increase the ATP production. So when you're working out, you don't have as much loss in your muscles due to lactic acid.
David, thank you so much for letting us come out to HENOSIS and learn all this wonderful stuff about mushrooms.
Well, it's been great having Volunteer Gardener out. It's good to see you again. And please come and see us at one of our farmers market locations, and we look forward to seeing the show.
Now, mushrooms, if we've learned, they're such a circular part of the economy. It's something all of us gardeners love, knowing that nothing is being wasted. So whether you're enjoying them fresh, or you're growing your own, or some of this wonderful jerky, make sure that next time you're looking for something fun to do, you think about mushrooms.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.